Have you been watching anything recently?
So,
Other than sports? Holy smoke.
Yeah, I know. Sports kind of taking over our lives here. I'm watching Training Camp every day.
Every day. On the Sports Network.
No, I'm tackling The Boys.
Oh, still mid-tackle?
Yeah, so I'm at the last episode. Season 3, episode 8. I will be watching it tomorrow. But I watched 5, 6, and 7. Man, that show gets better by the episode.
It's crazy. It's one of the shows where the episode ends and you just want the next one to start.
And that's what happened because I'm always like, oh, one episode. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Let's chill. Run it.
Nope.
Just hit
just
play.
Get it going.
Run it. Yeah, so I don't want to spoil anything for anybody because, again, it's still fresh. So I always feel bad if we're talking about it too much.
Yeah.
And it gets spoiled. But great new characters introduced. We're finally seeing the newest character that they added, storyline coming out. Starlight did some crazy things. I don't know how to describe it, but now she is like live streaming, so that's a big thing. A big
on
storyline
Twitch?
In the last.
Playing,
maybe
like,
check her out
Mario
on
Kart?
Twitch. Yeah.
Playing Mario Kart on Twitch?
Playing the new Homelander video game.
Yeah.
No, she's live streaming some VOD action. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's super interesting. She's opening up to the people, being more
They
transparent.
do such a good job of like showing like the modern like getting the modern take on these heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it toes the line right between like being too much and like ham-fisted at like their attempts to like mimic and show parallels to like reality.
Yep.
They toe right on that line of it being too ham-fisted
Yeah.
and being like just subtle enough that like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they reference to and like compare to like the real world stuff it's so good.
And it's good to see that they're not just ignoring that everyone has a cell phone.
Yeah, right? Like
I feel
why
like a lot of
wouldn't
other shows do that.
like what Ian's referring to is like a tactic, a strategy that she's using. And why wouldn't she be doing that? It works perfect. It works the way it works in the show, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's how it works in real life, right?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't do things that get caught on camera.
yeah.
So, and then once...
You got a
and that's
camera in
been,
your pocket.
That's been a storyline since season 2 of The Boys.
Yeah.
Because there is, if you've seen season 2, there is a plane incident where it's caught on camera, and that is an underlying threat for that specific superhero in that moment. So, I don't want to give away too much, but...
Good show.
I'm watching the last episode tomorrow. It's going to be great because you're really starting to see the cracks in Homelander. Like, we knew that he was going crazy. We talked about it last episode. But you're really... Now he's cracking in public.
Yeah.
You can see it coming through. It's getting to him. It's getting to others. Compound V's nuts. So,
I want some of that.
Compound V's great. Just let me have some.
I want some
Let me
of
see
that.
what happens. So that'll be interesting. And then I also did finally watch the new Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Really good.
yeah, you liked it?
I was pretty happy with it.
I liked it too.
I mean, I'm not, again, I've said it, I'm a disclaimer, not Marvel's #1 fan, but I thought it was one of my more favorite modern Marvels. So, like,
Yeah.
from the original Avengers in the last couple of years, I guess you can say. It was one of my favorites. I love the twist, the special effects. Doctor Strange is dope.
He's a cool guy.
It's cool. Wanda, dope. Like, great powers,
Yeah, I thought
great
they did a good
story
job.
arcs. But they did a good job. I actually was impressed with the special effects. I know Marvel, that's
Yeah.
like their biggest thing.
Absolutely.
But in Doctor Strange, they really played with...
They do a lot.
Yeah,
they do
really
a lot
played
in
with
it.
So I thought that was really good. The only complaint that I have, I felt like the end was all for nothing.
I agree, actually.
Yeah.
I had a very similar take on it. And it felt like it undid stuff from certain characters in previous things. It just felt like my big issue with it was, like you said, what's the point? Like, it doesn't really hit, and maybe it will in the future when we loop back to it, but that doesn't change the fact that when you're just watching this movie, it feels like it doesn't hit as hard as it could. And I will say something that, not a spoiler, but yes, a spoiler, but because you just watched it, in the end, when the girl character,
Yeah.
is able to... How am I supposed to even talk
Just
about
say it.
this?
It's been out for long enough.
Yeah, when she figures out how to use her powers properly.
Yes.
The fact that the way she figures it out is he says, "You've been able to do it all along." And then she goes, "Oh yeah, you're right." And then just does
yeah.
it. Now she just knows how to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
She can do it perfectly now. Come on.
I can do it. And, because really, that's the power that's been, like, missing from the Marvel Universe, right?
Well,
because they've been playing... Because the only other way that they can do that is with the Tesseract.
or with something.
Or some of the Stones, whatever, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Again, not Marvel's biggest fan. But
there was one of the, I think it was one of the directors or something of like one of the upcoming Marvel features was like, we can't deny that her character is able to do a skill, like her power is very specific to what we're going to be playing around with in the future. So we can't just jump around that.
Yeah, and I feel like they wrote her in because they're like, wow, we're going to need her. Like Marvel's writers were like, we're gonna need this, and there's no other way to write this in.
Well,
but I thought it was really good. I thought they did a good job. But even for Wanda, like that's where I felt the ending fell off, was because we saw WandaVision. You see the series, you see everything she just did, you reference it.
This is a spoiler, what he's saying right now.
Yes, they reference it. I mean, if you haven't seen WandaVision, get it together.
No, but it's also a Doctor Strange spoiler.
Yeah, also get it together. Like, I watched it. You had lots of
time to watch it. It's on Disney.
So at the end, and they're just like, WandaVision, it's like, oh, I give what I just took.
She's seen the error of her ways.
I gave back what I just took.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I give back everything that I've just worked for because I've realized... This is bad. This is bad. I shouldn't do this. Now it's gone. And I was like, okay, I get it. You had an enlightening moment. But I was kind of counting on Wanda for being a villain for a little longer.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think she was going to be... Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It was just some inconsistencies. Yeah. I'd like to talk about the movie I saw recently, Marvel.
Oh?
I saw Thor.
You did? You remember Late Show.
Last episode... Yeah. I was like, I'm going to see Thor after this. And today, I'm going to see a movie after this today, too.
What are you seeing?
I don't know yet. It depends when we're done. I'm going to see Elvis or I'm going to see Nope.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing Elvis this weekend.
Okay, cool. Yes, but Thor Love and Thunder, I saw that like last, I guess, almost 2 weeks ago. Pretty good. Mixed.
And that's your take.
Mixed feelings about it. Had a very fun time, but it sort of felt like 2 or 3 movies mixed into one. Natalie Portman did a great job.
Buff Portman.
She wasn't that buff.
No?
No.
From the trailer, like she looked buff.
Dazed in the trailer.
Yeah, it looked like she was actually boom.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But she was actually great. Like loved her character, but it had a bit of like some tonal issues where it was like sometimes being very serious, but then almost every scene had like some wacky joke that they would recall to, like screaming goats and like from like the like early 2010s, like the screaming goat meme, like.
I feel like
weird stuff like that.
I feel like the last Thor movie was good, but it had the same problem.
But the last Thor movie, see, that's if you compare it to that one had more of a streamlined story where it was like, we know where we're going with this. This one was a bit more like, let's just fill the time until the big fight at the end, kind of.
Marvel.
But like that's kind of the Marvel thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, let's just try to limp through this plot on the backs of our funny and likable characters. You know what I mean?
I do.
But it definitely wasn't bad, and I had a really good time watching it.
Okay.
But if I look at it through a critical lens, there was definitely some things that were a bit not like satisfactory about it. You know what? I'm speaking like a politician here.
Do they take Thor? Because I did not like the way Thor was in the last Avengers.
He's more goofy.
Oh, man.
I know.
don't want that.
No,
though.
neither do I.
I want. Give me like medium hair Thor. Give me eye patch Thor.
No eye patch. No.
Give me eye patch Thor. Give me battle axe Thor. Give me all of that. Make him cool, because this is what he is. He's cool. He's a god, and it just feels like every movie that he's in the Marvel, obviously, I'm referring to Thor, the character. Every movie goes on, and it's just like, oh, Thor is strong. Now he's out of shape and goofy. Oh, now he's just goofy. Oh, now he's just out of shape. And whatever Thor Love and Thunder was.
Yeah. He's definitely good in it. And there's some good scenes. There's some awesome, really fun scenes. But just didn't hit as hard as I would have liked. But that's okay. I would definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you're a Marvel fan. Like, if you've probably already seen it. What am I talking about?
If you're a diehard Marvel fan.
Speaking of upcoming movies, which we weren't, but now I'm going to be. While I was in theaters to see that, I saw a trailer for what they are calling, and my God, they're calling this the last Halloween movie.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it for a second.
That's bullshit.
But that's coming up. The last Halloween movie's coming up. Saw a trailer for that. Saw a trailer for Nope, which is like, but it was like the longest one I'd seen.
Not just like the
the running around
Yeah.
from like spaceships.
The horse.
And it actually like changed my opinion on the movie.
Really?
Like it did make me want to see it more, but I was a little bit like, I don't want to see all this much. Like
You didn't want to see that much in the trailer?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I feel like quick segue here. I feel like trailers do that. If it's a good trailer, it tells you enough about the movie without telling you anything about the movie, which is what the Amsterdam movie did last week when we were talking about it. It was like the trailer gave me nothing, but it gave me everything.
Yeah, I watched that trailer, and it was really good.
And then, but I saw some ratings of Nope, and it got some mixed ratings, and then the ratings pages that I follow and watch posted their ratings, and then people in the comment section were just having a field day. They were just like, I don't agree with those ratings. That's too high. I didn't like it. And some people were like, oh, it was an art piece. It was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the Jordan Peele fan base. Half of them think he's an amazing artist and it's the best ever. And then the other half's like, yeah, it was good. It was cool.
Well, yeah, I think some people are most of the complaints that I'm seeing are that he's gone like from Get Out, which is like a very like smaller, like what's the word, like an enclosed story where it's like just affecting these people, to like Us, which affected like a ton of people and was like bigger scale, and now he's going to like a movie where it's like huge scale craziness, like affecting all these people, big special effects. So people might be a bit taken aback by the fact that he's taking such like a wide approach to it, but
well, that's what happens when you shoot the movie on IMAX.
Yeah, you know, when you actually have a budget. But yeah. I'm excited to see it. I think that's what I'm going to end up seeing tonight. Speaking of more upcoming stuff, Bullet Train, they're doing advanced screenings of that. That looks pretty good.
I saw the trailer for that. Brad Pitt. I'll watch any Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, and it's getting good reviews. I hear it's like, what did they say? They said it was like Snowpiercer mixes Murder on the Orient Express.
Sign me up.
So I think I'm about that with like very stylistic action. So
that's what I saw was the style. It looked super vibrant.
Yeah.
It looked like popping out of my screen vibrant.
Looked crazy.
Looked cool, yeah.
So I have some Comic-Con stuff to note, but do you want to say do you have any upcoming things you want to talk about?
Okay, so the trailer I watched today.
Yes.
Cars on the Road.
I haven't seen any of these movies, man.
Dude, Cars on the Road. I'm a big Cars fan.
I like the first one a lot.
See, I like them all.
I haven't seen any of the other ones.
They're so good. He's a spy. It's so good.
But he's a car.
Don't.
He's a spy, but he's a car.
Dude, don't kill the magic.
Sorry. He's a car, but he's a spy.
Exactly.
Got it.
No, I like all the Cars movies. I think Cars is like a crazy good animated movie.
Sure.
And I'm not like the biggest animated fan, but that movie looked great. So Cars on the Road, they're going on a road trip.
Wait, is this Lightning McQueen?
Lightning McQueen, baby.
Okay.
McQueen with his best buddy, Mater.
Yep.
They're going on a road trip because Mater's sister is getting married. So they got to go on a road trip from Radiator Springs to wherever Mater's sister is.
Who's she marrying?
See, I don't know. I didn't get that far. I just thought like they showed some like so the movie from what I got from the trailer is the road trip.
Okay.
And like the payoff is the end, obviously, of the wedding that they're trying to get to. They didn't show any of that from what I saw in the trailer, what I remember.
What's the appeal of these movies? Did they race?
I mean, it's Lightning McQueen.
Well, if there's racing, maybe I'll watch them. Is there some, Ricky Bobby type?
The opening scene
driving?
From the opening scene for this trailer was Lightning McQueen on the same course that he was with Doc when he was learning how to turn right, you gotta turn left.
I do remember that.
So the opening scene was him doing that, going up the bank on the mountain. And he's in like the nice white red wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Sick. And it's like slow motion and you just see the wheel left drift across. And I was like, I'm in. And I didn't. And then it gets into, what if I come with you, Mater?
Wow.
And then Mater, my sister's getting married.
To me, brother.
And don't do Larry the Cable Guy like that.
That's just how Mater talks.
And it's so good.
He's the type of guy.
I'm excited for it just because, again, like it looks better than the Lightyear trailer for like Toy Story.
Okay.
So like I'm for it. I'm gonna see it regardless because Cars is sweet.
Cool.
So it's gonna be good. You might know a bit more about this than I do.
I was just about to say I don't know anything about this.
No. Oh, not this one.
Okay.
Not this one. Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump this one just because I didn't get to do my research.
So I don't know anything
We're gonna
about
save
that
it for
one
next week.
I don't know much about this one either on purpose.
Okay.
But there is a new Game of Thrones show coming out, a prequel called House of Dragons, which is based off of the the Targaryen history.
Yep.
Like Daenerys Targaryen, who was like obviously a main character in the original Game of Thrones series. The whole way that series starts is that she's kind of the last, her and her brother at the time are like the last remaining heirs of this like long dynasty of the Targaryen household, who's been around since old. I don't want to get into my Game of Thrones nerdism, but old Valyria and such. So they've got a huge history with dragons and the world, and this is obviously, I don't actually know what characters it's based off of because I haven't like delved deep into it. But
I feel like that's good though.
Yeah, because I want to
watch it fresh.
Yeah.
Without any pre-existing opinions.
It's HBO. It's Game of Thrones. I hope they don't do us dirty like they did with the last season.
Oof.
That's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah. So the next one. So that's just because obviously Game of Thrones, huge following. We're both big Game of Thrones fans. We both killed.
I was so into Game of Thrones while it was on. I was like, I knew everything about all the houses and the families and whatever. And then the show let me down, to be honest.
Let you down.
I liked it. I didn't hate it. I'm not a hater, but I lost interest in the show because I wasn't satisfied with the way it ended. Okay. So I genuinely lost interest.
Now, was that the first, like, was it season 8 as a whole, or was it, like, the last 3 episodes?
Like they just lost me. Like the last couple episodes. Okay. I was like, all this stuff that I've been keeping up to date with and invested in, you didn't give me a payoff for it.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't hit. You like, you didn't get me.
But that's what happens when you write the story before the story's written.
Yep.
And then we're excited for Game of Thrones. Obviously, huge cult following. Everyone's in it. It took me less than 2 months to watch 8 seasons of Game of Thrones because I waited until the 8th season was done, and I went years without finding one spoiler. So I was pumped. I was able to blow through it like no tomorrow. And
I just got reminded. I got spoiled something of a show I'm watching. Anyways, continue.
And you'll share that with us later.
No, I won't.
And the next one is Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
And again, the trailer didn't give me much because the extended trailer came out just a couple days ago, I do believe. So I only saw like the cut, like it's like a 15-second teaser. All I know is Christopher Nolan, and anything, his last movie was fantastic. Usually what he does is pretty good. So everyone's going to see that just because it's him. So we're all excited for that. And then this one, I haven't seen the first one yet because it just came out not long ago. Mm-hmm. The Gray Man was approved and green lit for a sequel.
Cool. I haven't seen it.
Has anyone seen the first one yet?
Well, it's on Netflix, so if you want to, I'm sure you can.
It's been out for what? Like a month?
Like a week. Like 2 weeks.
That's worse.
I know. Like
so
no
how
time.
Can people loved it? Well,
who?
Only like 10% of your audience has seen it yet, because I feel like I know that people haven't seen that yet. Like it's only been out for like 2 weeks, like you said. Like you mean to tell me that they're for sure.
There's a call. Everybody wants.
Like this. I don't know. I thought that was weird because I saw the poster today that was like green lit, and I was just like, well, no one's seen the first one.
I mean, I'm sure some folks have. I heard it was pretty good. It was a fun action movie, but that's interesting that it's already getting a second one.
Yeah, and I think from there, why don't you take us away with your Comic-Con?
Man, yeah, I was trying to keep up with Comic-Con stuff while it was coming out because they were announcing so many like movies and shows. Every year they're just trying to like recapture Comic-Con of old, like 15, 16 Comic-Con where they're announcing like Infinity Wars and this and that and all this crazy stuff. They're just trying to like recapture that. But so let's see what they announced. New phases were announced with Marvel, She-Hulk and Black Panther 2, which Wakanda Forever, which are coming out this year. Mm-hmm. That is the end of phase 4 of Marvel, which is like the weirdest like phase forever.
Wakanda Forever better hit.
Yeah, and I think it will because like another thing that they released is a trailer for Wakanda Forever, and it looks very good. Mm-hmm. They're introducing some new characters. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll talk about it a bit in a minute here because the only thing I want to say about phases is they also announced the start of phase 6, which is like they announced that phase 4 is gonna end this year. And then they're announcing the start of phase 6. So
there's an
extra. So in the multiverse. But phase 6 is going to start with Fantastic Four and end with Avengers Kang Dynasty. and the Avengers Secret Wars.
So how many movies did they just skip over?
Well, they announced some Phase 5 stuff too, but
Okay.
I think they announced all of Phase 5. Like do you remember when they announced
No.
but no, like back in the day when they did like the whole timeline, and they're like, we're gonna release Winter Soldier, we're gonna
Yes,
release WandaVision. They did the same thing for this
Yeah,
phase.
I did see the screen capture
big
of
timeline.
like Kevin Feige in front of like the big board with the timeline.
That's
coming
Phase
across.
5.
That is Phase 5?
Yeah, that's Phase 5.
Okay.
And then they said that Phase 6 is gonna start with Fantastic Four, which is like, okay, and apparently Tom Holland's supposed to be in it. But anyways,
Sorry, what?
I don't know. But new movies and shows they announced. What If was greenlit for season 2 and 3.
Sweet.
If you have good ideas for it and you're gonna make a good show out of it, keep making it. It was a lot of fun. Don't force it. Is my
Don't force it.
don't force it. If you don't have good ideas, don't make good ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
you-
they're not gonna be good.
And that's one of those shows too, just before you continue, that's one of those shows that you can go like 2 years without putting out a season and people like really aren't going to be mad because
No.
you're going to drop a season and it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
It's not a show that you have to like,
That is a good point.
you have to be a diehard follower, you have to keep up with the Marvel Universe because the whole point is what if something didn't happen in the multiverse or whatever? What if Iron Man didn't,
Whatever.
get blown up by a landmine? Where would they be now? So it might have a connection in the future, but it doesn't now, so you can really take your time and do well with that.
Mm-hmm. And they also announced Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Kang is supposed to be the villain in there. I'm about it. I mean,
I'm about Kang.
Kang. Yeah, he's supposed to be really cool, and Ant-Man's cool. Paul Rudd's funny guy.
All right.
His daughter has been cast. Catherine Newton is playing his daughter. I don't know her name, but I think she's gonna be the new Wasp.
What happened to the old Wasp?
Did she die? I don't know.
I haven't seen Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
I haven't seen Ant-Man
I've seen
or
it.
the Wasp.
It's even worse. I've seen it. I don't know.
Okay.
But his daughter's in it. She's grown up now. They also announced, this one's crazy.
This one makes no sense.
Daredevil.
Why?
Born Again.
Why?
Charlie Cox.
He already was.
He still is the point.
How do you call it Born Again then?
That's a good point. But
Figure it out,
Reborn.
Marvel.
So I think that's pretty awesome. And they showed his new trailer in a new, I think it was the She-Hulk trailer. This is me not knowing.
That's
but
fine.
I think it was the She-Hulk trailer, there's like a dude who jumps and does a flip, and it's definitely Daredevil in like his
She-Hulk?
alternate costume, and it looks awesome.
So here's my problem. Here is my
What's your problem?
with Marvel, though. I feel like this is going to play into their whole, that's not that universe, that's that universe, and you got to piece it together. Because Marvel has this big thing lately where they can go, he died. Oh, dude, let's just say that was multiverse number 692.
Wait, have you seen Daredevil?
Yeah.
Okay, I have not.
Oh, okay.
So don't spoil it, because
Yeah.
I'm making my way through those Marvel Netflix shows right now. Ever since Spider-Man No Way Home, when they made him canon,
Yeah.
I started watching them in like the canonical order.
Okay.
So I think the next one I'm watching is Daredevil season 3 or something like that. I'm almost done. But
Okay, so I won't spoil anything, but my problem is just that now, if they're gonna, because again, we don't know what reborn means right now.
I don't know.
You're gonna have
No, not
You're
Reborn.
gonna have Charlie Cox as 3 different Daredevils and 3 different series going at 3
No,
different timelines.
no.
You say no, but I would not put it past Marvel to just be like,
'Cause
dude, that's the other universe.
He's he was like Tom Holland, Spider-Man's lawyer.
Yes.
So who's to say he's not also just Daredevil?
So that's the thing. So are they gonna be like, Spider-Man is that universe, and then
No.
Daredevil's this universe?
Oh, same universe.
But how do you know that? You don't know what this universe. You don't know what.
No, I don't.
Reborn would be.
I don't, but it's in the same universe as She-Hulk.
And what universe is She-Hulk in?
She-Hulk is definitely in the modern universe because the Hulk is in it.
Okay, see, I didn't see the trailer for the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so now I gotta watch the trailers to understand what's going on.
You want to understand the Marvel universe? You better do your goddamn research.
Jesus, somebody
You better
give me an encyclopedia.
take notes.
Jesus.
Take notes, rewatch every night,
Fuck.
pray to Kevin Feige every night.
That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Phage.
It may as well should be.
I don't like it.
Blade, starring Mahershala Ali, got a release date. That's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
November-
Got release date?
November 3rd, 2023.
Oh.
Yeah, you got too excited there
Dude,
for a
I got
second.
wow, that was an emotional roller coaster.
That
on
would
my
have been
face.
really cool.
Yeah.
But no, I'm hyped for that though. Blade's awesome.
Sweet.
Secret Invasion's going to be coming in the spring. That's going to be cool. They've been hyping up the Skrulls for a while.
That's what I saw. And I saw some concept art, like, before they announced this, like, months ago. I saw, like, concept art from the comic series. That looked cool, because that just looks like they can do whatever the frick they want. Yeah.
Whatever the frick, man.
The frick. I thought that one was a bit too prominent
to
follow through with.
Just a couple more. I'll bang it out quick. Marvel Thunderbolts will conclude Phase 5. Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
I'm sure that'll be cool. Captain America: New World Order. That's going to be starring the new Anthony Mackie as Falcon Captain America. That's coming in 2024.
Cool. I was going to say.
I think Anthony Mackie is great for the role.
Agreed.
If you got a problem with it, you haven't been watching the movies, because Falcon's really cool. So why not give him a chance? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Falcon Winter Soldier, I genuinely liked it.
Is he coming back as a 94-year-old?
No. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer drop.
Cool.
Looks good.
Same
I'm
cast?
sure. Yeah.
I mean, other than what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the deaths. And then there's that new trailer for Black Panther where they confirmed Namor, who's like the equivalent of like Aquaman. So it's kind of given off like Avatar 2 vibes, where it's like water.
Yeah.
Some underwater stuff going on. And they also announced a couple Marvel shows. Echo, which is the girl who was in Hawkeye, the deaf one.
Okay.
She's really cool.
Yeah, and got super excited for a second.
Yeah, you got really excited. Loki season 2.
I love Loki.
Ironheart, which is they're going to be introducing her character in Black Panther. Okay.
Who's Ironheart?
I don't know.
I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
What?
I don't know. Like, are they going to do something crazy where they're just going to rebirth an Iron Man?
No,
or an Iron Woman, I guess, now, and it's like Tony Stark.
No, it's like a girl.
I don't have no faith in Marvel, so...
No, that's fair, though. Yeah. And then the last one is Agatha Harkness.
Very cool.
I guess. I like that actress, but I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
Was cool.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with her?
The dark magic. I don't know why that was English, but...
The dark.
But, she had a big role at the end of WandaVision.
Yeah, that's it, though. I just don't know what they're going to do with her.
I wonder... And also, again, if you haven't seen WandaVision, everything retracts at the end of WandaVision. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have the same power, I thought. But what do I know?
Who knows? But,
I know nothing about Marvel. So.
Now we go to a better comic book brand, DC.
Okay.
In my opinion.
All right.
Not the movies. I'm not an idiot. Their movies are not as good, but I like DC better. I like their heroes better.
They're more serious.
No, I disagree.
You disagree?
The movies, yeah. But I think that the reason why I like the Justice League way more than the Avengers is because everybody says, oh, the Avengers, like, they're, like, realistic. Like, Captain America, like, he's just a guy with a shield, and Iron Man's, like, a real guy with a suit. I'm like, yeah, but why? Why do you want your superheroes to be real? Don't you want them to be sick and cool? And, like,
I mean, Batman's real.
Batman? Yeah, he's like, the only
rich
one.
Man with,
but, like,
with muscle.
Superman, come on, that's sick.
Krypton.
And, like, Wonder Woman, these guys are, like, superhumans, but, like, actual superhumans.
That's true. I mean, Captain America, I guess, is a artificial
but
Superman.
have Captain America fight Superman, because
he gets his ass kicked.
That's the whole thing. It's like, it's a serum created by men who, like, boost him up. Superman's just, like, a straight up alien that will murder everyone on the planet.
True.
But, anyways, they announced a Black Adam trailer.
Cool. Dwayne The Rock.
With The Rock. Love The Rock. How could you not? He's going to be the next president. They're trying to do the anti-hero thing with him.
Okay.
Where they're like, you could be the savior of the world, or you could be the one who destroys it. And as somebody who knows the character, he's a villain.
Like, the original Black Adam's a villain?
Not the original.
But like the comic book.
Not even, he just is a villain. Like, Black Adam has always been a villain.
Okay.
I'm sure some comic nerd...
In the other multiverse?
Is gonna... hey, I'm sure in some, like, world or storyline he helps them out, whatever. Right. But he's always, like, a villain. So I think that's going to be cool. And he's actually a good villain for... Superman, because he uses magic and Superman's like vulnerable to magic, whatever. Mm-hmm. But the other one they released, which is kind of a counterpart to Black Adam, Shazam. Okay, we're good. Fury of the Gods. They released a new trailer for that. Was it Zachary Levi?
Yeah.
He's cool.
Have you seen the Shazam?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have not.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's the series, right?
No, it's a movie.
For some reason, I thought he had a series too.
He has a show.
Or a show, yeah.
Chuck.
What?
The show Chuck.
Yeah, what about Chuck?
That's the guy.
Oh, okay. See, so why did I think Shazam was like an Amazon Prime series?
I don't know, because you're uninformed.
Maybe.
On DC, but no, Shazam's a movie, and it was actually good. I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
It's fun, but yeah. So there's a trailer for that. That looks good. That's all the DC stuff. Other announcements: new Hunger Games movie.
I don't believe there's a fourth book.
I don't know. I stopped caring about Hunger Games after the second one.
You read the books?
Yeah.
Every teen read the book.
Yeah, I liked them.
Yeah.
I really liked the first two.
There was only 3
No,
books
I think
in
this is
that
a
series.
prequel. I think it's a prequel.
Oh, of course.
But
Because everything needs a damn prequel.
Yeah, and they added Peter Dinklage to the cast.
That's cool.
That's cool. How can you not like that? And then one of the big things that was getting actually a lot of buzz at Comic-Con was the Dungeons and Dragons movie starring Chris Pine called Honor Among Thieves. They released a trailer for it, and people were hype about it.
Really? I didn't see the trailer. I'll have to watch it
Yeah.
after this.
It's like getting a lot of buzz because they've tried to do these movies before, Dungeons and Dragons movies, and they've fallen flat. Like,
which is surprising because that fan base, I had the pleasure of being at a Comic-Con a couple of years ago, and Dungeons and Dragons was probably the biggest, like, they had the biggest area by far. And like, you got to think about, like, there's Star Wars and there's all these Comic-Con acts and characters there, and Dungeons and Dragons just takes over like a huge spot in that Comic-Con building, and the fans are diehard. They play the game hours and days on end. They get super dressed up. They're super into it, and that's a hard thing to understand. Like, if you're watching, like, if you've followed Dungeons and Dragons for years, right? Like, there's a lot of layers to that. So I'm surprised they fall short because you'd think that fan base would just help keep that lifted.
I don't know, but this movie's looking really good. I'm excited to see it. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Do you need to know?
I don't think
Dungeons
so.
and Dragons previously, because that's where I would probably.
But
not.
it's funny because there's nothing like there's no like nothing to know. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess you can kind of pick up on characters as it goes.
Like, unless there's no characters in Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. I don't know the game.
Exactly. There's no, like, it's everything, every time you play is just different.
That's
like,
the thing, because isn't it like you build as you go and stuff like that? Like, you get no one killed me over this.
I've played before.
But it's like you get a sword that's enchanted, and then you get, like, armor, and then you're building your character right as it goes.
Like, you write your own character beforehand.
Okay.
And then you build, like, I'll do the super brief. You have your race, you have your class, which is, like, if you want to be a fighter, you want to be like a sneaky guy, a wizard guy, whatever. And then you basically do whatever you want with your character. And then there's the guy running the game. And the guy running the game can basically do whatever they want.
Nice.
And yeah, like they have the idea what they want to go. And then it's a tabletop game. So
yeah,
you do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know it's a tabletop game. So, and I know I knew you build, but I didn't know it was like to that extent.
Well, like the point of that is that, like, as long as you understand what a fantasy game is and what, like, a fantasy movie is, like, I think it's might do really well for the game. Because if you're kind of into dragons and knights and whatever, you watch this movie and you're like, whoa, this is cool. Like, maybe I want to play Dungeons and Dragons. And then it makes the game more popular, which I guess is the goal of this, because you get a ton of money by selling books and minis and dice and
all that stuff.
All the
and extras.
I'm guessing that's the goal.
Sweet.
And the last thing I'll say from Comic-Con, and I am a Walking Dead fan. You are kind of a Walking Dead fan. You've seen it.
I'm at season 6, episode 5.
That is a show that sometimes you watch it and you want to finish the episode and jump off a bridge.
Correct.
And sometimes you watch it and you're like, that was pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. But I've seen it a lot. Big fan. I've read the comics. And they're doing a show called Tales from the Walking Dead. And it's 6 stories from the Walking Dead universe. And it looks like it might be kind of cool. Like, I don't really know what it's about. Original? Not related, but one of the characters who you don't know yet, who's in one of the later seasons, is a main character in the later seasons. She's in this show doing the narration in the trailer and might have one of the stories, but it's 6 stories, like I said, from the perspective of different people in the apocalypse. Cool. So there's, like, one of them in the trailer was, like, a doctor who was, like, trying to research the zombies, and, like, one was, like, Terry Crews is in it, and he's like,
doesn't love Terry.
People said something like this wouldn't happen. I don't know what voice I'm doing right now. People, like, said that something like this wouldn't happen, but I was ready, I was prepared, and I'm still around. So it's like perspective of different people in the apocalypse. It looks pretty good. Coming August 14th, so that's soon.
Yeah.
I don't think that they said any other year, so I'm hoping it's this year. But yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, as somebody who's just getting through The Walking Dead, my best friend growing up, him, his brother, and their stepfather, huge Walking Dead fans, like, religiously. Like, it was on, I think, like, on a weird night.
Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday?
Yeah, yeah.
It was on, like, Sunday at, like, 8 o'clock or something like that.
8 or 9.
And I remember, like, I used to hang out with him all the time. Like, I lived there practically. And zombies wasn't my thing growing up. Like, I just didn't find the fascination. And they'd be like, no, like, we can't do anything Sunday night because Sunday night.
That was my family was the same
Sunday
way.
night is The Walking Dead. But I was like that for, like, Breaking Bad, like, when it was on TV.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's funny that they were like that. And then I started picking up after. And now I'm at season 6, episode 5. My girlfriend's a huge fan. She's actually the one that got me in. And I must say, you're correct. Some episodes finish, and I never want to watch again, which is what happened in this season 6. I took a month break.
That's good, though. That's good, man.
Because the binge for that, you can't binge that show.
It's a slog.
Yeah, you can't binge that show because you're doing more damage to yourself.
It's
a lot of effort. It's a lot of, like, it's not even, like, so much paying attention to the storyline.
You know what?
It's just...
They ask a lot out of their viewers.
Yes.
It's like, you expect me to sit through this goddamn scene where they're, like, crying about, like, something that happened, like, 3 episodes ago, and they're just talking about what they're gonna do. It's like, can you please just do it?
Because they'll do that for, like, 2 episodes.
2 episodes.
And then the payoff will come that 3rd episode, and then somebody does something so outlandishly dumb.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like...
you're
kind of stuck there, like...
You just undid all the effort.
I just spent 3 hours invested into this specific plot line, and it went nowhere. So, I'm glad for that. Obviously, I don't think I'll be able to watch it until I finish The Walking Dead, just in case there's some nonsense going on in there that might spoil it. But, I mean, lots of entertainment, lots of sports. That covers it for entertainment, I do believe, unless you got something else to add. August is a big month. Coming up, so there's gonna be tons going on. I think we're still due for a couple more announcements, I'd imagine, probably coming into September. That's usually a pretty popular movie time, right?
Well, there's gonna be good stuff,
and then you get into your announcements for December. So that'll be crazy for entertainment moving forward. Something I didn't touch on in sports. Just want to backtrack real quick. R.I.P. Bill Russell.
Oh yeah.
I didn't write that in the sports, and it just kind of clicked into my brain.
Legend.
That's a legend. Obviously, didn't watch him growing up, but everyone's seen his highlight packs. Pioneer of the game, so that's very cool.